What's up, guys? It's SRC bringing you another crafted Minecraft Let's Play episode. And today we are going to start our first building project. I haven't done too much on the server, just like I said, started on this server a couple of days ago, and I've really just been exploring for the most part. I did get some pretty cool stuff. I went into the Nether and found the Nether Fortress and was able to get some blaze rods and some soul sand and some nether wart and things. So I've got pretty much everything that I need out of the nether outside of the wither skeletons, so that we can make the beacon. But we've got potions up and running here pretty quick, along with a lot of other good stuff. And for today, what I wanted to do is get started on a first building project. Again, still don't know exactly where I'm going to start the village and where we're going to have kind of our main base, but because I haven't explored too much away from spawn here. But initially I want to get a building set up here for a shop at spawn so that I can trade with people on the server, and they can buy stuff from me, and hopefully I can buy stuff from them. It seems like the spawn is pretty filled out. There's some pretty good buildings along the edge that I showed in my first episode. So I've kind of picked this location here to start, and so we'll extend this road here. It's just going to come down the hill past this little lake or pond or whatever you would call it, and then we'll set up the building right over here. It's really going to be mainly a shop, like I said, for me to sell, buy, and trade with people on the server, but also I want to have just some general kind of starter things like the crafting benches and the furnaces and the enchanting table, the brewing stands, and have some just initial supplies so that if new people join, they can stop by my shop and have a place to sleep, get out of the night, get their first couple of enchants done. Because for me, just starting off, it was a little difficult finding some of that stuff. And I know the first time I was on, some people had offered to help, but um, I think I ended up finding somebody's enchanting table in a house way over there to enchant my first pickaxe. And there's no brewing stations and things to be found around here, so everybody's house seems to be pretty far away from spawn. And so I wanted to have a lot of those things available here, not just for myself, but for anybody who stops by my shop if they want to enchant something quick or if they want to brew up some potions and things like that. I'll probably have a lot of that available in the shop. So today I think we're going to start off, like I said, building that shop right here. And then once that's complete and we've got that established, then I'll probably start venturing out, looking for some other things, looking for a good place to build, and then we'll probably start working on the wither skeleton farm in the nether. It looks like somebody's already started it, so they've got a good start going on that, and we'll just probably extend that out a little bit further and try and get some wither skulls so that we can get some beacons going, because I don't see any beacons at spawn either, which would be something cool to have. Definitely, especially when we start really mining, having that efficiency 5 pick along with the haste 2 beacon will definitely be very cool. But I think this is a great spot for it. I would really like to put this in the center of spawn, but it doesn't really look like there's much room over there. And I really like the landscape over here too, so this should work. This pond or lake, it looks like somebody must have built this because there's one that's almost identical over there. One of the other sides of spawn has one too, and just the way that this sand goes around the water, one block all the way around, looks to me like it's definitely man-made. So somebody did a lot of work on this terraforming. So we want to kind of reward that work by making some good buildings and some good use of it, and continuing the paths and maintaining that. So for this building, I don't really have the layout for it. Specifically like the number of blocks that each one's going to be. Like I kind of have a general idea of color scheme and I think the layout that I want to use, but I really don't know how many blocks I should build it and how many blocks wide and tall, and no idea what my roof is going to look like. So this should be a pretty interesting project, I think, as we go along here. But I think I'm going to go with the dark oak wood for the walls, and then the acacia wood planks for the roof. We'll use the light blue stained glass for the windows. If any of you watch BOO, he's been building in along the side of a mountain, and those were the colors that he used. I think it looks really great. So that's what we're going to use here. We'll get some stairs rolling here to go along the bottom. I think we'll do like probably 4 would be good, although I think you probably usually want to build in odd numbers, so we may regret that. May want to end up doing 5, but I won't be too opposed to having to tear this thing down at some point. And then I think we'll put the stairs kind of upside down like this. I really can't stand how, like, I love the fact that you can turn stairs all different ways, but I'm just so imprecise with how I place them sometimes that it can be a little bit frustrating. And then we'll do the glass windows here in the middle, just like this, basically. I think that having big open windows is going to be great, especially for, obviously, just natural lighting. It'll show off the new stained glass pretty well, and then give a pretty good view of this lake here. Again, like I said, don't know how far I want this to go and how many chunks it's going to be, essentially, but this is kind of the color scheme that I wanted to go with. And then I think for these, for the roof, we're going to do the acacia stairs across the top. I think that'll look really good because the color contrast is pretty cool and pretty unique, I think. It's something that's a little bit new to Minecraft, obviously, and so I don't think it's been overused yet. I think it'll look pretty good. And then you can definitely leave me some feedback in the comments as well if you have ideas for color schemes and things. We'll definitely need some good ideas going into the next project here, into our mountain village. That's going to be kind of our first building project. It is dark oak wood. It seems a little bit lighter. I don't know if this is the biome that I'm in, but or just because it's bright daylight, but it definitely seems a little bit brighter. I also am totally unsure what to use for the floor coloring or material, I guess. I'm thinking some kind of stone or stone bricks or something like that, but I don't know how well this is going to go with it. And since I want to have beds and different things on the floor, I can't really carpet the entire floor, which was kind of my original thought. So I'll have to put some thought into that. Definitely could use some help in the comments for a floor type. So just to keep that in mind here as you're watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and probably keep working on this a little bit on camera, but then most of it I think I'm going to do offline, just to be a little bit more efficient, get things done quickly here, and hopefully get this this building pretty much done today. That's kind of my goal. So by the end here, we should have a pretty solid start on it at the very least. I think that's probably going to be wide enough for half of it, and then we'll go a couple more blocks here for the doorway. Probably do 3 for the door, and then kind of mirror that exact same thing on this side. As far as the back of the building, I'm not sure also too if I want these windows to be in every single quadrant or every part of the wall, just because there's going to be stuff that goes along the inside of the building, and I think that that'll look a little shoddy if you're coming up to the building and you see this glass that's attached to furnaces or bookcases or whatever it is in the middle. So we'll have to figure that out also. But I will be back here shortly when I have a little bit more progress made on this. Okay, welcome back. We have some progress here on this home. We've got the exterior walls built, the front door up, and the roof, I think the majority of it done. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. But what I did is I continued on with these same panels of going 4 blocks across, and then the little pillar here with the blue glass. I did that all the way around. For the sides of the building, I decided to just do 3 instead of 4 or 5. That way it's a little bit more rectangle of a building. And so you can see it's the same all the way around the back. And then I'll show you the front door here as well. I think that turned out to be pretty cool, just a little bit different design. Just use some stairs and things and some logs to make kind of a unique design here. You can see just a little bit different than normal, I would say, but it looks pretty cool, I think. And then for the roof, what I did is some acacia wood stairs. I did 3 layers of the stairs, so we can take a look back here what that looks like. I think, again, the colors go really well together. The dark wood, the blue glass, and then the acacia wood for the roof. And then on the inside of it here, what I did is I put just half slabs for the ceiling. And I think where these holes are, I'll put probably the redstone lamps. And then I don't know if I'm going to put an actual roof on above there. I guess it's probably not really necessary to do that, to even enclose that, because this is all half slabs. Nothing's going to spawn on top of it. I don't really want to put a bunch of lighting on the roof, but I don't want things to spawn on the roof either. So I think the half slabs where they are just fine. And you're really not going to see the top of this from any real elevation, I don't think. So I don't think that it's going to be too important, but I can show you what it looks like if for some reason you were to be above it. You can see it's just kind of an open concept, I guess. There's really nothing to it, but just to use the extra resources to put a roof on top of this is probably pretty pointless, considering that nobody's going to be up at this elevation. None of the buildings that spawn are going to look down into it. So I think we'll just probably leave it exactly the way that it is right now. But I think it turned out pretty good. Looks pretty good so far. The lighting that goes in there will illuminate the roof, I guess, too. So we probably will see it, I guess, from a distance at night, most likely. But the things that I still have yet to work out, this path is going to probably interfere here. So this will probably have to get moved in a little bit. No big deal. And then, like I said, the floor in here, I have no idea what to use for a floor. This orange is pretty overwhelming, so probably nothing that's very bright. Probably something that's going to take away from that. Maybe still thinking some kind of stone, possibly. But we'll probably play around with some things there. And then the interior layout, also totally in the open right now. I have no idea what to do for that. I guess I had envisioned kind of lining up some tables with chests that had things for sale, kind of in the front here near these front windows. But then like I said, wanted to have an area with some enchanting tables and furnaces and beds and different things that are useful for people when they first join the server. So I don't know, I'll have to work that out still. But for right now, I think this is some pretty good progress. I like where things are at. And this took, oh my gosh, way more wood than I had on me. I had to grow so many more of those trees and then chop them all down because all the stairs, I mean 3 layers of stairs all the way around this building, and then all the half slabs for the ceiling was quite a few blocks. So I ended up growing quite a few trees and still have a few left, but luckily got a bunch of saplings out of it as well. Resource-wise, I'm doing pretty good considering I've only played on here for 2 days now. I've got a few diamonds. I've got an efficiency 4 diamond pick, and like I said, I had all the potion materials and things that I found yesterday in the Nether. Got a ton of wood from cutting down a bunch of trees. Got some stone and gravel to make this pathway probably already completed. So we're doing great. I think things are progressing pretty well. But I think I'll continue working on this. I may or may not, depending on the time of this episode so far, I may get more work done on this. Otherwise, in the next episode, we're definitely going to finish this up if it's not done already. And then go exploring and finding the place to start our village, our mountain village. So I guess I will either end it here or cut back to you guys. Most likely cut back with a little bit more progress on this and try a few different things out for the floor. But I will be back shortly. Okay, so we are back and we've got a little bit more progress done here. I would say the shop is pretty much done except for the product that we need to put in it. As you can see, I built the path that goes on the outside here all the way up to the spawn village, or the main spawn area, and just kind of use the same pattern that they used. Had to move this lake out a little bit to accommodate. But then coming inside here, you'll see it says, "Welcome to SRC's shop. Stop back often for new items. Place payment in this chest below." And so you can put your payment in there, and the hopper will take it down below. And then we've got some quartz tables kind of set up around the room here. Somebody came through and put some coal on our sign, so somebody's been here and seen this. I actually don't have any items to put in here yet. And we are, I think, just going to leave it the way it is for now. This isn't going to be used too much for function, really. Once we move out, we'll probably be pretty far away. So I've got my brewing stands here. If people want to brew some potions up, I'll probably sell potions in here also at some point. And then a little bit of nether wart farming, our enchanting table, some just furnaces, crafting table. I've got a bed behind here to sleep in. Couldn't really find a good place to put that in here, but whatever. It works, I guess. And so yeah, this is the shop. It's pretty much done. Because I'm brand new on the server, I don't really have a lot of resources to sell. And it seems like the people that are playing here probably already have a lot of resources. So the stuff that I need is probably stuff that they need, and I probably don't have extras of it yet. But at some point, I could see this serving a real purpose. And it's just nice to have, I think. So that's it for the shop. The next episode will be hopefully finding the next place where we're going to start our next building project. So if you have any suggestions on how to make this better or changes to make to it that aren't too drastic, definitely let me know. I guess let me know what you think about the floor too. I went with stone brick. I think it looks pretty good. So it should be just fine. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video.